Zapdos over farming and firing off the drill peck. Drill peck will knock out, even though resisted, we have residual energy. Good to go, and in the back it is one of the bulkiest mon in the league, Hypno. But if they don't know about Zap Cannon, my fucking god, are they about to find out. Hi Hypno, bye Hypno. So, welcome back to home of Shadow Pokemon. Once again, we have an absolute treat for you today. No Bonfire Ahead has submitted some anti-meta madness. This meta is absolutely full of flyers. So he is bringing Smackdown, Legacy, Shadow Tyranitar, and Shadow Zapdos. Many people have featured Zapdos before, but No Bonfire Ahead, being the Spice Lord that he is running Zap Cannon. And if you don't know about Zap Cannon, my fucking god, are you all about to find out. Without any further ado, let's get into the battles. And in game one, we lead Shiny Shadow Charizard into Froslass. Pretty decent matchup. Blast Burn would obliterate them. They shield up. The Dragon Claw bait, likewise. Avalanche, only neutral. Charizard, made of paper. We are going to respect the Avalanche with a shield. The new buff Charizard is generating energy super quick. The opponent attempts to catch the second Dragon Claw on the Noctowl and stay in school, kids. Learn to count, No Bonfire Ahead. Catches the resisted Sky Attack on Tyranitar, and Smackdown is about to go to absolute work. Noctowl, super bulky, super annoying, but Tyranitar doesn't give a fuck. It resists absolutely everything. First they throw the Sky Attack, then they throw the Shadow Ball. Tyranitar says, is that all you've got? We leave with the Crunch, good to go. And it does some solid chip damage to the super bulky Dubwall that is lurking in the back. No Bonfire Ahead brings in Zapdos. We do have to be mindful that they could run Wild Charge, most run Body Slam and Payback, but holy shit, we get hit with a Wild Charge. It's only neutral, but Zapdos does hang on with 1 HP and a Dream. The opponent is debuffed. They commit their final shield on the Drill Peck Charizard with residual energy, comes in, fires the Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw is going to knock out the Dubwall. Can we make the Blast Burn? Who was worried? The new buff Charizard says, I've got you, team. And that is going to be all she wrote. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle. We'll lead Shadow Charizard into Venomoth, pretty neutral, but we make an immediate switch into Tyranitar. The opponent switches out super late into Galvantula, and even after the late switch, they have definitely not switched into the right Pokemon. Tyranitar goes straight for the Crunch. Galvantula sacrificed to the Pokegods, and finally they bring in Politoed, which is actually a pretty decent response to Tyranitar. Weather Ball takes us out, but we are sitting in a fantastic spot. We can now realign our Pokemon. Although Zapdos is an electric type, Politoed is super spammy. They're going to be spamming out these weather balls. After just 4 mud shots, they're firing off the first. Zapdos tanks it on the chin, not particularly well, but No Bonfire Ahead returns fire with the Drill Peck. Drill Peck draws a shield from the opponent. They're already at weather ball. Number 2, No Bonfire Ahead is going to commit his first Protect shield. Zapdos, likewise, is super spammy itself. It's spamming out another Drill Peck, and the opponent is now all shields down. Politoed does outpace to the next Weather Ball. I imagine we would let it go, but No Bonfire Ahead does commit his final Protect shield, and he's looking to snipe with Charizard, but Politoed, too spammy. Can we survive the Weather Ball? Holy smokes, on 1 HP and a Dream. Back out comes the Shadow Venomoth. We throw 1 wing attack and the Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw is enough to KO on 1 wing attack. Farms down Politoed, and that is all she wrote. GG's, and thanks for playing. In the next battle, we see that Pancake Unova Stunfisk in the lead. A pretty good core breaker for the entire team. No Bonfire Ahead is attempting to catch a neutral discharge on our Zapdos. Zapdos tanks it, again, not particularly well. We can only hit this Pancake for resisted. Drill Peck would be resisted due to the electric typing, and electric would also resist Zap Cannon. However, it does do some solid chip damage. It looks like No Bonfire Ahead is just going to sacrifice Zapdos to the Pokegods. Thanks, buddy. You did a real good effort. We have now got this Pancake into Blast Burn range. However, No Bonfire Ahead is going for a Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw will not knock out. You can see Unova Stunfisk is super bulky. However, we do CMP tie to the second Dragon Claw. This one will knock out or draw a Protect shield, and the opponent does choose to shield it up. No Bonfire Ahead is going to have to start shielding as well. We are going to outpace to the Dragon Claw. However, No Bonfire Ahead switches out into Tyranitar. We really hope this isn't a Mud Bomb. We do tank the neutral discharge, and we are going to commit to the Smackdown farm down. Holy smokes, that Unova Stunfisk has done a real number on our team. However, the opponent evidently has no response for Tyranitar. They come in to Noctowl. We go straight for the Crunch. Crunch draws a Protect shield off the Owl. They're not going to be able to farm down. They are choosing to shield their Noctowl. We allow Tyranitar to go down, and we're putting it all on our Shadow Charizard in the back. They've got Pidgeot. Pidgeot is unshielding. It is going to get absolutely wrecked. Blast Burn absolutely obliterates them. Can we make Blast Burn? Number 2, Noctowl does fire a charge move. They are not at the back-to-back. They should have committed to the wing attack farm down. They did not. The Noctowl is now super low. We fire off the Dragon Claw, and Dragon Claw is going to be enough to seal the deal. Very well played, despite a really tricky Pokemon in the lead. Moving on to the next one. We see the Charizard mirror in the lead. We say switch into Zapdos. The opponent attempted to catch a Drill Peck on the Jolteon, and no Bonfire Head is going straight for the Zap Cannon. Zap Cannon draws a shield from the Jolteon. We do get the attack drops. The opponent is going to be forced to throw. They do not, so we are going to get some chip damage off with a Drill Peck. The opponent chooses to double shield. Holy crap. Zapdos could only hit this Jolteon for resisted damage. However, it did manage to get both Protect Shields. We now come in to Tyranitar. We do shield up the first discharge. They're already at discharge. Number 2, no Bonfire Head is choosing to double shield. Can we smack down before the next discharge? Yes, we can. Charizard cannot return because it will get hit for double super effective. In the back, they've got Samurott. We've got the Stone Edge locked and loaded. Samurott gets returned to its Pokeball. Back out comes Charizard, and we smack down, farm down in quick fashion. GG's. In the next battle, we see Whiscash in the lead, despite Whiscash being water and Charizard being fire. This isn't a bad matchup for our Zard, because they do have to get all the way to a Blizzard to do any meaningful damage, and the opponent is not baiting. They do YOLO the Blizzard and switch out into the Flying Toilet, aka Peliper. We fire off the first Dragon Claw. The opponent doesn't shield, so we fire off Dragon Claw. Number 2, the opponent does give up a Protect Shield, and here comes Zapdos. Zapdos is hitting for double super effective with the Thunder Shocks. We aren't shielding up the Weather Ball. Weather Ball does some solid chip damage. No Bonfire Head. Not looking to farm down. He's looking to get rid of them ASAP with a Drill Peck. Down goes Peliper. Back out comes the Whiscash, and Whiscash is going to get hit with a Drill Peck. It looks like a CMP tie, so the opponent is going for the Mud Bomb. Mud Bomb is resisted, but it's only single resisted due to flying, double resisting ground, and electric taking super effective. However, nonetheless, it does still knock out, and in the back, the opponent's final Pokemon is Noctowl, and we are going straight for the Blast Burn. Does the opponent respect the damage? Yes, they do, and it is now time for Tyranitar to seal the deal. The opponent quickly top lefts. GG's. Moving on to the next battle, see channel favourite Shadow Beedrill in the lead. The opponent switches out into the Dedenne, and we don't really have a great response, so we are going for a Dragon Claw. Is the opponent counting? Maybe they are, maybe they're not, but either way, they didn't know the count, and they shield up the resisted Dragon Claw. We now make a switch into Zapdos. We do shield up the discharge. It looks like no Bonfire Head is committing to the Zap Cannon. Dedenne fires one more charge move, and holy crap, they YOLO the play rough, and we get absolutely nuked back to our Pokeball. No Bonfire Head now comes in with Tyranitar. Smackdown is doing a number on this little mouse. We've already seen him YOLO one play rough, so we do commit a shield, and the opponent YOLOs play rough. Number 2, Tyranitar does Smackdown, farm down. We are unshielded, but the opponent comes back in to the B. Beedrill is not going to appreciate the Smackdown damage. The opponent commits their final Protect Shield. We combo play into Charizard. We fire 2 wing attacks, and the Dragon Claw. Beedrill gets absolutely obliterated, and in the back, it is Greedent. No Bonfire Head attempts to CMP tie the Greedent to a Body Slam. The opponent doesn't throw. They do finally dump some energy. However, Tyranitar sitting in a great spot, as all the charge moves that are with Greedent are going to be resisted. Bullet Seed does hit us for super effective, but Body Slam is resisted. Tyranitar looking to reach the crunch. Do we get there? Yes, we do on a CMP tie. Tyranitar not losing. CMP are not losing this battle. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle, we see Golbat in the lead. Golbat, a pretty interesting Pokemon this season. Poison Fang has been nerfed, Wing Attack has been buffed. So ironically, Golbat still takes only 5 Wing Attacks to every Poison Fang. The opponent goes straight for the Fang. We node shield, we return fire with the Dragon Claw, and Dragon Claw does draw a Protect Shield. We look to get some Smackdown damage off on this bat. They panic throw a Poison Fang. Tyranitar shrugs it off, and the opponent comes into a Jolteon. A very interesting pick. In fairness, I think Jolteon finally has some play in GBL, because stuff like Peliper and Noctowl are absolutely everywhere, and this little Eevee evolution actually does pretty well against both of them. We get Volt Switch farmed all the way down. We come in to Zapdos. We shield up the first discharge. It looks like no bonfire head is going to double shield. We're not going to be able to Thunder Shock. Farm down. It's all shields down. We over farm as much as physically possible. We do fire off the Drill Peck. Drill Peck is resisted, but it still does knock out the Jolteon, and in the back it is Hypno. And in case Hypno didn't know about the Zap Cannon, my fucking god, they're about to find out. Hypno, super bulky, but still getting returned to its Pokeball. Back out comes Golbat. We make one more Drill Peck, and Zapdos completes a very impressive sweep. GG's, and thanks for playing. That Zap Cannon nuke coming in clutch. Moving on to the next battle, we see Jellicent in the lead, an immediate pivot into Zapdos, and interestingly enough, the opponent is staying in. We farm up to what could be a Thunderbolt and fire off the Drill Peck. Does the Jellicent respect the damage? Yes, they do. They are now at a potential Shadow Ball and no Bonfire Heads. Big Gahonas call the bait, and holy shit, the opponent was not baiting. We get absolutely one shot, and we are now sitting in a little bit of a tricky spot. We come in to Tyranitar, and the opponent is still staying in. They are going to fire off a Bubble Beam and probably dip out. Bubble Beam does a whole heap of damage, and they have got a Obstagoon. Holy shit, Tyranitar is about to get wrecked. We fire off the Crunch. Crunch goes unshielded. Our switch timer pops up, and now we come in to Shadow Charizard. We do resist the counters, but Charizard, made of absolute paper, does have to be mindful of the Night Slash. This is actually a really annoying Obstructagoon. So our defense is getting lowered. The defense is being raised. We do shield up a Obstruct. The opponent fires off one more charge move, and we get double baited with Obstruct. We now over farm. Fire for Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw is going to need to knock this Obstagoon out. Despite a double debuff, it doesn't quite care, but we do manage to wing attack. Farm them down. The opponent's got Golbat in the back. It looks like no Bonfire Head is going to fire off the Dragon Claw to stall out his switch timer. Switch timer does pop up. We come in to Tyranitar. The opponent throws the Poison Fang. Down goes Tyranitar. Charizard attempts to make a move, and unfortunately we lose that game. Moving on to the next one. We see Shiny Mew in the lead. This opponent obviously got the memo about the Season 13 updates, as they are running Volt Switch. We switch out into Zapdos, and holy smokes, they are really on a very anti-flying Mew. As they fired off the Rock Side, we committed a Protection. We return fire with the Drill Peck. The opponent likewise did shield it up. No Bonfire Head is going to allow his Zapdos to go down. So we're in the 1-to-1 shield, and this Mew is being somewhat of a pest. We come back in to Charizard, and the opponent switches out into Cradilly. Cradilly is a rock grass type. However, my good friend Blast Burn is still neutral. The opponent showed no respect. They get absolutely one shot. Back out comes the Mew. Charizard still not done. Fires off the Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw draws the final Protect Shield, and we come in to Tyranitar. Tyranitar does have to be mindful. If they're on Surf, they're actually on Thunderbolt. Holy crap. This opponent really doesn't like flyers. They get to one more charge move. It's just a neutral Rock Side. Rock Side does a whole heap of damage in the back. It's Noctowl. It's going to be high Noctowl by Noctowl. This Stone Edge is going to absolutely one-shot, and that is going to be all she wrote. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle, we see Shiny Obstagoon in the lead. We got double obstructed in the last battle. This opponent farms to 6, and no Bonfire Head is saying, fuck you, Mr. Opponent, I'm not shielding up. Another obstruct. They do obstruct and look to snipe with Feraligatr. We take 2 waterfalls, and holy shit, that did a whole heap of damage. We switch out into Zapdos, and Zapdos is going to go straight for the Drill Peck. Drill Peck goes, I don't know, as we're lagging, unshielded, and down goes Feraligatr. In the back, they've got Steelix. Steelix resists absolutely everything. However, Shadow Zapdos hits like an absolute truck. We fire off the Zap Cannon, and the opponent shields. Interesting. And even more interesting, I believe this opponent is on Thunderfang. Charizard would not appreciate the super effective Thunderfang, so we come in to our Tyranitar. This is just a Crunch or a Psychic Fangs. They don't have the energy for anything else, but no Bonfire Head, choosing to keep some health. They pivot into Obstagoon. We pivot out into Charizard. We land the bait, and you already know it's time for the Blast Burn. Hi, Obstagoon. by Obstagoon. Blast Burn returns Obstagoon to its Pokeball. One Thunderfang takes us out. Tyranitar is hitting for resisted. With these smackdowns, we are going to have to make 2 crunches. We no shield the crunch from the opponent. We get no attack drop, and we are going to return fire with the crunch. Crunch is going to do some solid chip damage, but we still need to make crunch. Number 2, can Tyranitar get there? We are going to have to shield up. Whatever the opponent throws, they go for the Psychic Fang, lowering our defense. Can Tyranitar get there? Who was worried? Tyranitar holding strong, and crunch is going to be enough to take this game. GG's, and thanks for playing. It looks like the opponent force closed the app as we got a whole heap of unnecessary lag. A very impressive run there with a really spicy team from No Bonfire Head, and as this is the home of Spice and Shadow Pokemon, No Bonfire Head has submitted 2 bonus battles with the team you can see on the left. We've got both Camerupt and the buffed wing attack Staraptor. Moving straight into the battles, we need Camerupt into Gliscor. The opponent goes straight for a Night Slash at really poor timing, and what the heck, they're actually on Sandtomb. Not really the moveset I was expecting, but for some reason it's pretty good against our Camerupt. We go straight for the Overheat. The opponent does shield it up. I have no idea if this is going to be a Sandtomb or a Night Slash, and the opponent is on Night Slash. Very interesting moveset there from the Gliscor. No Bonfire Head's counting is immaculate. We CMP tie to the next move. Gliscor choosing to shield it up. No Bonfire Head very quickly choosing to no shield Hizard, and it looks like we're going for shield advantage. Staraptor, we come in, commit to the wing attack farm down. Staraptor, so glassy. They've got Cresselia in the back, and we are sitting in a really tough spot. We go straight for the Brave Bird. Stab Brave Bird, lands, and holy shit, it near one-shots Cress. Cress, one of the absolute bulkiest mon in the league. It's only neutral, but it still did huge damage. No Bonfire Head commit to the wing attack farm down. They've got Tangro in the back, and the opponent is now reconsidering their life choices. Moving on to the next one. We see Ferrothorn in the lead. Mr. Opponent, you need to switch. They build up some energy and switch out into Machamp. We are going to YOLO the Overheat. Does Machamp shield? Yes, they do. We can now pivot into Charizard wing attack, hitting for super effective. The opponent is at a potential rock slide. No Bonfire Head is going to shield, and it is a good shield. Can we now wing attack? Farm them down? Yes, we can. Charizard has residual energy locked and loaded. Back out comes the little steel bush, and we go straight for the Blast Burn. Blast Burn goes unshielded in the back. It is Araquanid. Holy shit, Araquanid, you, my friend, are in danger. Araquanid goes straight for the Bubble Beam. Bubble Beam doesn't knock out Charizard, holding strong, and we make Blast Burn. Number 2, the opponent does respect it. We now switch out into Staraptor, and you already know it is time for another Brave Bird. No Bonfire Head, not shielding up the Bubble Beam. Staraptor looking like a bulky beast. Not really, but Bubble Beam is garbage. However, Brave Bird is not, and that is all she wrote. GG's, and thanks for playing. So as if the first shoutcast wasn't great enough, we got a cameo appearance from Staraptor. You love to see it. So if you'd like your battles featured on the channel, a link to my battle submission form is down below. If you're enjoying the content, smash that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing, and I will see you all in the next one.